Hi guys, Giuseppe and Lani here. We hope everybody's doing well. And today we're going to talk about how to prepare for dance festivals.
This is a really fun topic. I know that we're all more than ready to dance. We've been inside, I think, on lockdown for over a month now. So hopefully we have some great festivals coming up and we can start preparing for them. I know I've probably been through maybe 60, 70 festivals over the course of 6, 7, 8, 9 years across 5 or 6 countries. And so maybe some of the stuff that we talk about today, some of the things that we've learned, both attending and teaching and hosting events, might be helpful to you.
The first step would be to plan early, right? So if you're trying to go to a festival, you want to plan ahead a couple months so you can get the best deals. For example, your pass, your flight, and your hotel, right?
Right. So the pass is a big deal. Oftentimes you can get passes at a deep discount, sometimes $80, $100, and then these jump up to the day of about $150, $170, $200. So if you can grab your pass, even if you're not sure you're going, you can usually sell it for a profit.
Yeah.
The second thing would be the flight. You can get some really good deals on flights if you get them about 2 to 3 months in advance. Even if you don't get a great deal on the flight or it's the same price, you can get the flight itinerary. So oftentimes you have a lot of people going to an event and the direct flights are gone. So planning in advance and getting it maybe 2 months out, you can get some of those direct flights. And the last one is the hotel. One thing that I love to do is choose my hotel room, especially if it's in a good area, like overlooking a beach or a balcony. Or most of the time those rooms are sold out. So you never want to wait till the last minute.
The second one is to plan your sightseeing. So it's important to know how you can get to places, your transportation, and as well your food. So restaurants, places that you can explore to eat.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you know what area is safe and what area is not safe when you're in a new country or city.
Okay, so the third one is to plan your schedule, right? So make sure you know all the workshops, who is teaching, what time, so you can plan ahead.
Right, and also if you want to get privates, a lot of instructors are coming from out of town, sometimes out of the country. They don't have a lot of time or they may be booked up, so make sure you get those privates scheduled in advance.
Eat well, because that can give you the energy that you need to go ahead and dance and sightsee and do everything that you plan to do.
So make sure that you rest in advance and you build up your immune system and you really pace yourself. I know when I first started going to events, I would just go nonstop, and then you get worn down. So even if you do make it, you go home and then you're sick for a week. All right, speaking of festivals, we have one of the baddest festivals coming up, and that's Los Angeles Dance Fusion Festival, September 4 through
7.
This is going to be a great time. We're going to have a beach party, pool parties. We have about 30 international artists coming in. If you love bachata, especially sensual bachata, if you love Kizomba, especially urban Kizomba, and if you love Zouk, you're going to have a great time. This festival is focused on high-level dancers, bringing in new artists, diverse artists from all around the world to unite with one common goal, and that's the love of dance. So don't miss it. Next one, what clothes to bring. This depends sometimes on what you plan on doing. Sometimes I bring a small backpack and sometimes I bring a huge suitcase. So if you're planning on attending all the evening parties and you're gonna attend all the workshops and the pool parties, you're gonna need more clothes.
Yeah, so I think it's important to look up themes if you want to be part of the theme of the festival. So there is 3 nights. You can make sure you have all those ready to go. Workshop clothes, they're very important because you sweat a lot, so you want to make sure you're changing in between. I personally bring couple just in case, so like maybe more than 5. And they're like workout clothes or comfortable clothes, so something light and small so it can fit into your bag.
And then of course your evening clothes, which are usually the nicer stuff that you want to maybe put in a separate suitcase or nicely packed and ironed. Make sure you've got at least 3 if you're staying for 3 nights, and then possibly an emergency change.
And day parties, right? If you go to the beach or pool, we need clothes for that. So make sure you bring couple, because again, you sweat and you're outside, it can get dirty, and as well undershirts.
Yeah. So you're sweating all day and you're sweating all night, and instead of bringing a ton of clothes, sometimes it's just best to change the undershirts that are under your clothes, especially if it's the evening and you're wearing something nicer. I have undershirts, I think they're by Salon, and they're really nice and comfortable. I'll show you right here. They're really lightweight and you can't see them if you're wearing a close V. They have dark brown, light brown, tan, depending on the shade of your skin. Same thing with underwear and socks. Make sure you're changing all that. You don't have to change your outer garments as much if you have a good change of your undergarments.
Okay, the next one will be what shoes to bring to dance festivals, because it's not only dancing, right? So we have the pool parties and we have sightseeing. So something comfortable to go around all day if you're gonna go sightseeing. And for workshops, something comfortable and something that is not that slippery or sticky, that could work for workshops for lead and follows. And as well for pool parties or beach. So you can consider that something light, a sandal, or whatever you're comfortable in.
All right, the next one is food. Whenever I go to an event, the first thing I do is Google Map all of the Whole Foods. And then I get off the plane and I go straight to Whole Foods. I have my Uber take me straight to Whole Foods and I stock up on any of the essential. When you're dancing, it's 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning and there's nothing open and you're starving.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of snacks for in between and I make sure that they're healthy. So make sure you plan on, especially snacks, get your food, get your drinks, get your water. When we talk about drinks, you got to be careful. Sometimes with the hotel, they don't want a lot of outside liquor, especially when it comes to dinner and drinks. To get at least one drink at the bar, especially during the nighttime, it helps support the event. Some of these events are $10, $20, $50, $100,000 just for the hall and the room sometimes.
Right.
So it helps to have people support the bar and support the hotel by buying food. But you can definitely get some of these snacks in advance. All right, so a couple of miscellaneous things that you could bring. One thing that I think a lot of girls use, and guys can use too, you have a flat iron. So girls use this for hair, and guys, or even girls, sometimes we get a bacon collar, and we can iron out our collars or the edge of our shirts with those flat irons. So that's kind of like a nice emergency trick.
Yeah, they are. Hair dryer, most hotels actually have it, but just in case you can bring a small one. Next.
A steamer. A steamer is a good thing to have. You can get one of these portable travel steamers. So if you don't have an iron or you don't want to take the time to iron your clothes, you just quickly steam them out.
A few other things would be Advil, feminine products, just in case, right? First aid kit. That has band-aids and all the things necessary. You never know.
Right. You want to get maybe a Bluetooth speaker. Sometimes you want to take a Bluetooth speaker to the pool or to the beach, or maybe you're doing a private and the instructor might not have one. So, or maybe you just want to have a party in your room. So don't forget, you can get some of those small Bluetooth speakers. A good camera. Camera. Like sometimes you want to take videos of the workshops afterward.
It's good to capture the good moments with a nice camera. Perfume and cologne. That should be a priority. That should be on top of the list.
Yeah, so I have these bottles that are about that big, and I can take off the lid of my cologne. I pump the bottles up, and they're travel bottles. And that way, if you have a huge cologne bottle or perfume bottle, you can get these little travel ones, a couple different ones, and they work really nicely when you're on the road.
Make sure you have gum with you in your purse or in your pocket or somewhere, when you go dancing.
One of the first big events that I attended, I was in a room with 6 other people. And one thing I learned really quick is it's almost impossible to sleep when you have 6 people in a room. So this was probably about 7 years ago. So after that, I learned that I should always bring a face mask, a sleep mask, and earplugs. And at one point I had earplugs, and then I had earmuffs, and then I had a face thing. So if you want to get any sleep, especially if you're sharing a room with some partiers, make sure you bring some sleep gear. In the past, I've had a lot of accidents. I do a lot of martial arts, so my bones and muscles hurt sometimes after the first day, especially if you're teaching or you're taking classes and then you're dancing for 5 hours straight. By the first day, you can oftentimes pull joints or muscles and be in a lot of pain. So I always bring a couple of braces, something for maybe my back and something for my knees. Also some type of muscle rub that you can put on your back or places that you might pull or strain. Okay, well, last thing that you have to bring
is good energy.
Right. Come with the idea of giving something, give good energy, and you'll have a great time.
Yes, it's always about the good energy, right? If we don't have that, then it's not going well.
All right, so we hope that this has been helpful. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments if you have anything else to add or if you have other topics that you would like us to discuss in the future.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.